My hope is to inspire you to take action through my story of rebellion, reinvention, and ultimately liberation. So I am proud to say that I am a rebel. No, I wasn't the girl that got a tattoo at age 13 and ran away from home. I'm a rebel because I model after my parents. My parents dropped out of college their junior year. They moved from Fresno, California to the Central Coast to start a business. My dad inspired me to be an entrepreneur. And when I was young, just 8 years old, I took a resource I had in my backyard, peacock feathers. We had 2 pet peacocks. And as you may know, peacocks drop their feathers in the fall, and I carefully went around the yard, collected them, walked down to the corner store, JJ's Market, stood out front with a big smile on my face, and sold $80 worth of peacock feathers when I was 8 years old. Better than a lemonade stand. So yes, much of my life has been about going against the grain, but it hasn't been without challenge. So at age 22, my car was struck by a fire truck at the end of the 8 freeway right here in San Diego that ran a red light. And it took them about an hour to get a crane to get the fire truck off of my car before they could get me out and life flight me to UCSD Trauma Center. I have 27 bones that broke during this car accident. I have significant titanium throughout my body. Plates in my face, rods in my arms and legs, you name it, I'm like a robot. And I know the question you're thinking in your mind is, does she beep at the airport when she goes through the checkpoint? And the answer is no and yes. Not in primary, but when they get the wand out, it's like a dance party. Yes, car accident, broken heart, failed business, these things happen to me, but they don't define who I am. And yes, I did run again. In fact, about 6 years after my accident, I ran a full marathon with my father. And it's this perspective, you've heard this throughout the morning, it's this perspective that is allowing me to fly, allowing me to do amazing things in life that I would have never had the courage to do had I not gone through that. So, back to you. What would you do if nothing was standing in your way? I'm not necessarily asking you to start a business, although that would be great. Do one thing that you're going to bring into the world, a commitment you are going to make right now, right in this moment, to bring into the world. I'd like to change Ted's tagline a little bit. Instead of ideas worth spreading, I want to make that actions worth spreading. Because entrepreneurship is all about action. So, I'm excited to see what you bring to the world, and I'm excited to see you fly. So it's not just, doesn't stop with just that video testimonial. It's what do you do with that? It's embedding it on your website. It's sharing on your social media channels. It's how do you leverage that? And it can be as simple as a 2-minute iPhone video, especially when they're excited, right? So Skylar here is a stylist. If, her client comes out and they're just like, oh my God, you changed my life. Get out the iPhone and say that again. Don't be afraid to do that.
So the question again is, what's happening in other cities? We already alluded to this a little bit. How can we model that instead of reinventing the wheel? What can we steal from them as far as ideas, as far as their ecosystem? And I'm going to embed another very tricky question into this, which is the talent piece that we talked about. And when you look at, since we're at an educational facility, what do great cities that really support their startups do as far as bringing in the right talent to these startups? When you look even at San Diego, average paycheck is about $100,000 for somebody that's got a degree in high tech specifically, and you've got a lot of folks that have lots of openings in these areas and not enough people to supply it. So back to that university question, are we really supplying the talent? So I'm going to start with you, Austin, and then we'll jump in for some final comments here.
Creating a business that I'm so excited about that it doesn't for a second any day feel like work. Yesterday was my birthday. I worked from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and I loved every second of it. I was surrounded by amazing women, doing fun things, connecting, community. It's not a job at all. I just bake the amazing experience into my work, and I don't even need balance. My work is balance for me.
How many of you feel marketing is kind of an anomaly? It's kind of a bit of a black hole. It's like you get thrown a million different opportunities. Facebook, Twitter, newspaper, website, should I be optimized? Should I be emailing? Should I be, how many of you feel just a little bit frustrated by like the, tons and tons and tons of options out there? It is overwhelming. And I think affiliates is your third key to collaboration marketing. And with us, with Hera Hub, for example, these are organizations, some are nonprofit, some are not, that we support, that we affiliate with, okay? And this starts to create the ripple effect of being known for something, getting your brand out there.
What Felena brought was an action plan that everybody left with. She's an outstanding lady. You can see her heart when she talks to you, and she taught us so much about creative approaches to use social media and marketing.